The first book I would like to share with you and read to you is Pretend by Jennifer Plakas. As your fifth grade teacher, I have seen you pretend in some sort of capacity or another throughout the school year. On the playground, I've seen some of you pretend to be an all-star quarterback, making the game-winning touchdown pass and just throw your hands up in victory like you were actually there. I've seen some of you act out some of the most elaborate fight scenes with swords and various weapons of your own creation. I've seen some of you choreograph dance routines. I've seen some of you make up your own songs and ask to sing them to me. In the classroom, I've seen some of you write stories. I've seen some of you draw. Some of you during class time and lecture time, which is okay because there is some science behind doodling and learning new information and doodling while you work, so that was okay. I've seen some of you paint and some of you create awesome slideshows that I could never create. I've seen some of you use your skills of pretending to make friends and to get yourself out of bad situations. As fifth graders, you are getting older and you're getting ready to transition to the middle school. And I hope that you never think that pretending should leave you. This is a skill that might start to look different. It might not be as much of play, but it will still take you through life. Pretending is going to help you imagine things and solutions to get you through certain problems. Pretending is going to help you to make friends. The skill of pretending is going to help you imagine new ways to be a good person, to learn what you want to do as you navigate your way through this life. So that is why I chose this book, and I hope that you enjoy it too. I'll do my best because I haven't done a read and show online book before, so let's be patient. Pretend, Jimmy said to his dad, that this couch is a big boat and that we are floating in the ocean. And pretend that there are sharks swimming all around us. So we throw this this rock into the water, and it scares them away. But now we're tired and starving, and we don't know if we'll survive. Now you go, Jimmy said to Dad. Say, oh no, what are we going to do? Dad looked at Jimmy. Go ahead, Jimmy said. Oh no, Dad said. What are we going to do? I've got it, said Jimmy. I have these fishing lines. They can save us. Jimmy and his dad cast their first fishing lines into the water. Any bites? Dad asked. I think so, Jimmy cried. It's not too big, but it'll do. I think I feel something too, Dad said. Whoa, Jimmy said. You got a big one. I did, said Dad, smiling. Now, let's cook them, Jimmy said. I'll start a little fire right here. Jimmy and his dad cooked their catch over the fire. Try yours, Jimmy said. See if it's ready. Not bad, Dad said. Jimmy took a bite of his. He said. It's just right. Jimmy rubbed his belly and licked his lips. That was a good meal, he said. Now, let's search for land. We can't survive on this boat forever. No standing on the couch, said Dad. We're on a boat, Jimmy said. Dad gave him a look. Jimmy squatted. Okay, how about we go get our binoculars out? Dad searched his pockets. Right here, Jimmy said. Your binoculars. Oh, said Dad. Here they are. I like how Jimmy got around standing on the couch using those pretending skills. See anything yet? Jimmy asked. Is there something over there? Dad asked. Jimmy squinted into the distance. Yes, Jimmy said. I think I see it too. An island. Paddle. Paddle fast. Jimmy and his dad paddled until they were out of breath. I think we made it, Dad said. I'll secure the boat for our landing, Jimmy said. Dad hopped out after him. Ouch, said Dad. I think I stepped on a crab. Ouch, cried Jimmy. Me too, but don't stop. We've got to make it to shore. Help, grab my hand. Jimmy flopped to the ground, panting. We made it, Jimmy said. Thanks for saving my life. Any time, said Dad. Jimmy looked up. You know, there are wild beasts that roam the bottom of this island, he said. They eat people at night. The top is where we'll be safe. Let's climb to the top to make our fort. Jimmy started to climb. I'll go first, he said. I don't know if I can make it, Dad said. Don't worry, Jimmy called. I'll help you. Jimmy and his dad rested at the top of the mountain. We can see everything from up here, Jimmy said, looking through his binoculars again. Now we need to make our fort. We can use these huge leaves, Jimmy said. We can put them on top of these tree stumps. It'll protect us if it rains. Together, Jimmy and his dad made a fort. It's good, Jimmy said. Now we can go inside. Come on. Jimmy and his dad crawled inside. Inside the fort, it was nice and cool. I think it might be time for a rest, Dad said, stretching out as best he could. I have an idea. Why don't we pretend that we are two tired explorers taking a rest in their fort after a long day of exploring? Let's pretend that the stars are coming out and that we're building a campfire, Jimmy said, and then we can look up the stars and say, this is the best time ever. Well, said Dad, I don't have to pretend that part. It is the best time ever. Jimmy got to work quickly. He started the fire. It was nice and warm. You're a pretty good pretender, Dad, Jimmy said. So are you, said Dad. And you're pretty good for real, Jimmy said. You too, Dad, he said. You're the best for pretend and for real. So my challenge to you today is to find some way to go out and pretend, whether it be through play, outside, inside by yourself, with a sibling, with a parent, someone at home. Pretend that you're a cook and help make a good lunch. Pretend that you're an author or an illustrator and draw or write. Some of you are going to pretend to be a songwriter. I know we've got some songwriters in our classroom. If you'd like, you can take this AR quiz. I know Mrs. Beach has been checking in on that. If you can, if you're able, and that's the quiz information, or you can always find it on AR Bookfinder. But guys, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you again. Keep pretending. Bye.